Pollard, Trent Knight, Bryce Eishold and also Bailey Shaw. The ball goes up, no clear winner in the ruck. Giobi got dumped heavily into the ground. Indiscriminate play there. Gomez got the hand pass back to Brennan. Now Michael Johnson has it on the half-back line. He puts it in the space there for Jellyman Turner. No even bounce. He couldn't get an effective disposal away. Gomez goes in, throws it out towards Matty Andrews, and he's been penalised. Michael Collins will take the first free kick here for Narre. He's 65 from home, maybe too far out to score. Richardson's gone towards the pocket. He's gone looking for Biscaya. The ball goes in. Up goes Biscaya, and he's taking the mark there against Risley, who doesn't like any sort of physical contest against his opponents. You've got to man up and bump him or do something, Risley. Too easy there for Biscaya, and he's lining up for a shot on goal from only 35 metres out.
Well, that was a well-weighted kick from Collins too. He waited till everyone in the Narre forward let out, and then Biscaya led after that, and that was a beautiful kick to him. Just gave Risley no chance to get around that big body.
He's kicked 85 goals for the season. He's looking for goal number 86. 1 minute into the first quarter here on KC Radio 97.7 FM. Bazdog has it. In he comes now. Steady approach. He's going to kick the ball straight through the middle here, I would have thought. That's the first goal of the afternoon for Narre Warren. Biscaya has one. They lead 1 straight 6 to Berwick yet to score. You're tuned in to KC Radio 97.7 FM.
Well, yeah, as we were talking to Chris Toner, one of the things was to recommend that Biscaya's in the 50 all by himself with Risley, and that's why it didn't start out like that. They all the Narre forward led really quickly and gave Biscaya the whole 50 to work in.
I should be coaching, shouldn't I?
Oh,
Maybe I should go and coach after Chris.
Next year, yeah. I'll put you put a resume in yet?
Yeah, I haven't got any coaching accreditation, but I'm definitely
mine?
the right man for the job.
Trent could give you a few.
Back in the middle, Morozov with the tap down now. Players throwing the ball around everywhere. Connolly gets a quick handball out, and Berwick got the clearance. Touch ball off the boot. Ash Smith goes in with a strong tackle. Coming out with it for the Magpies is Collins. He goes out wide to the wing. Taking the mark there is King. Looking up forward now, kicks it towards centre half forward.
Courageous.
Coming up to was Richardson, but cutting it off there was Matty Andrews for the Berwick Wickers. Kicks it out wide towards Nelson. Gets the handball back in towards Brennan. And they're going in toward the forward 50 now. Kicking the ball up towards Kearns. Connolly was the target. Kearns in support, but taking the mark for the Magpies, and they bring it out now through Biscaya. On half back, kicks it out wide towards the wing. All had to be courageous there against Andrews. The Wickers have got the ball now, and they're pressing forward. Going inside forward 50. It wasn't the best kick, but Manly's got the mark, and he's got to have to be paid that one. And Manly's got the mark 45 metres out, almost directly in front.
Dylan Quirk copped the old Sam Mitchell special out there on the side, a big knee in the thigh.
Yeah,
He's come up very sore after that physical contest out there on the half-back line for the Magpies.
Yes, it was a big hit, wasn't it?
It was.
So
big clash of bodies.
So Michael Manley coming in from 45 metres out. Should put this one through for the Wickers. Looks good off the boot.
He's celebrating.
And it's good. He's happy with it. The goal umpire's happy with it. And Berwick get there first for the afternoon. They now move to 1 straight 6 to Narre Warren, 1 straight 6. We've gone 3.5 minutes of play in this first quarter.
It appeared to me that he got under that kick, but it had enough distance in it, and it carried over the line beautifully.
So back to level peakings here. 3 minutes into the first quarter on KC Radio 97.7 FM. Ben Ragg has gone very deep here on the wing. Met by Joe West. Giobi and Andrews are going at it. That's going to be an interesting contest. Harold and Quirk. Matt Lee being matched there by Jellyman Turner. So the ball gets thrown up. Morozov against Hunter. Hunter taps it down. Harold dropped it, so Hunter just taps it into space there for Collins to work in. Collins gets the hand pass to McNamara, who goes long to the half-forward line. Caught out of position there was Gawley. His second attempt is good. Applies a tackle there on Harold. He's had the ball for a while. The umpire, is he paying a free kick? No. The ball is going to be thrown up just inside forward 50 for the Magpies. They're attacking towards the netball end here at Home Park Reserve. The ball gets thrown up quickly. Flying early was Gawley. Tapping it down was Johnson, but sharking it is Giobi. Usually good by foot. The kick around the body. Biscaya! Oh, that time Risley took the front position, but it didn't matter. Biscaya used his body too good, too well, too early. And he took the mark. Oh, unselfishly, he's gone for a short pass there towards Lee. And Lee will now have a shot on goal from 40 metres out on a better angle. Very unselfish there by Karim. He's looking to bring his other teammates into the game.
Interesting kick that was, because that would have only just been the 15 metres as well from the commentary position here. But no, good result nonetheless.
So Matt Lee kicked 2 goals in the game last week against Beaconsfield. one of Narre Warren's most improved players in season 2015, including playing in the interleague team this year. So in comes Lee from only 40 metres out, who's kicked that one straight over the umpire's hat. Great response there by the Magpies. They go back out to their 6-point lead. They lead 2 straight 12, leading the Berwick side on their 1 goal. We have gone 5 minutes of play on the first quarter. Bailey on the boundary. How's the atmosphere levels now at 5 minutes into this first quarter?
Yeah, it's not bad, but just standing near the Berwick box, it's not good signs for Berwick early. You've been critical of Risley's performance on Kareem Biscaya as of late, and he's not doing you any favours, or not doing himself any favours, I should say, and we'll look to see if they make a move or if they keep Risley on him.
It's just got to get physical.
Well, yeah, he tried to take front position there, and that's playing into Kareem's hands.
So back in the middle, Phillips with the tap down now, but the Magpies are pressing forward. Collins wrapped up strongly. Andrews with the ball, gets a handball out towards Brennan. They press forward to the half-forward line. Nelson gets pushed out of it. Manly gets overrun by it, and the Magpies kick it out towards the wing. Going out to meet it was McNamara, but the boundary line's going to meet the ball first, and we'll see it thrown in attacking side of centre wing for the Wickers.
Just saying hello to Goose. He's up here on the balcony watching the game.
Don't turn into a head wobbler.
Just gonna say
Clint
hello to
Evans
people.
behind us as well. Hunter in the ruck, gets the tap down. Gumaz pressing forward for the Wickers, goes inside forward 50s, overkicked it to everybody. Every target inside 450s missed it. Pile of players on top of it now. Collins at the bottom of it for the Magpies, and they try to clear it out. Biscaya gets a handball out.
Biscaya was tripped by Kearns then.
Unlucky not to be given the free kick as well, but the Magpies have got it in safe hands now on the wing in King. Comes up broadcast side towards Richardson. He's got to be brave.
Oh, good use of the body there by Joyce to bump Richardson out of that contest.
Certainly was. The Wickers using handballs now. They launch forward back towards the 50. Manly's got 2 to beat. Ooh. Coming over the back was Hunter. Works the ball to himself towards the pocket. Connolly with the ball on the side of his boot.
Oh,
and
that's low percentage stuff there. Connolly.
Bounce. It looks like it's been touched off the boot, so we're going to see it thrown in.
What was he trying to achieve there, going for a check side kick on the wrong side of the pocket for a check side?
Don't know.
Pretty selfish football there. You would have thought it would have been better to go towards the goal square or try and find a player in better position. So the ball's going to be thrown in 15 metres around from Berwick's attacking end. Throw in, big pack of players go up straight to the hands of Gunn. The ball spills to Michael Collins. His kick's been smothered there. Ricochets out towards Johnson. He gets a hand pass to Kearns.
Ooh.
He gets one high. Bents off a third tackle. Kearns from 30 metres out. Ben Kearns has missed again.
Oh.
That's 8 in a row for Ben Kearns.
Oh, jeez.
If he gets a free kick for that, he's gone down like a
sack of spuds.
No.
Biscaya gave one potentially a high shot.
Then straight into him.
And Kearns went down, and then someone got in the back of Biscaya. So tit for tat there inside forward 50 for Berwick. The free kick has been paid to Kearns. He's put on these orange boots, and they don't allow him to kick straight. That's 8 behinds in a row to Ben Kearns.
And Kane Biscaya is now coming off, and these are the undisciplined acts that Chris Toner was talking to us about before, but heard him at the start of the qualifying final as well.
We also spoke to Pete Marshall about paying free kicks that set the tone of the game. That umpire had a decision to let that one go. It's been paid, so Kearns will line up now from 30 metres out. The free kick was probably there. In he comes now. Can he kick this one straight? No, he's gone right across the face to the other side. Well, the big game performer has been a little bit disappointing in front of goal. So is that now 1-2-8, Berwick?
Yes.
With the second shot on goal. So Kearns has... now 9 behinds in a row for Berwick as Morrison now brings it in broadcast side of the ground with a long kick looking for Lee. He uses his body well there against Jellyman Turner, tried to tap it into the path of Corey Invertine, couldn't quite reach the big man. The ball goes out just forward of centre wing. Berwick's attacking in towards the township. Huge crowd in attendance here this afternoon. Beautiful blue skies and a quick throw in we'd like to see.
Jellyman Turner at the back, taps it down towards Lee, gets a clean hands to it, but it's been intercepted. Running into an open goal there from Berwick was Van Schild, has a shot on goal and it's good. No pressure on the line there for the Magpies. And running through there for the Wickers was Van Schild, and he gets his first for the afternoon. Berwick moved to 2-2-14, leading Narre Warren 2 straight 12. We've gone 9.5 minutes of play in this first quarter.
Yeah, he roved that off the pack beautifully. Just a tap out the back by Lee to no one in particular, and then Van Schild just come through nicely and finished it off well with a good goal.
So 9 minutes into this first quarter. That's going to be a shootout you could see here.
Yeah,
This is
good
watching a
game
little bit of
football.
interaction here. Jackson Parker's on for his first run for Narre. So Phillips wins a tap down there against Invertine. Only goes to Boyle, gets the hand pass to Giobi through traffic well. Giobi gets his kick away, but it's misguided. And cutting it off there was Kearns. He just goes short towards Jellyman Turner. Got the James Bond style haircut today, Jellyman Turner. That's a disappointing kick. Makes it hard there for Gunn. He's got 2 to beat. Nice work there by Invertine to tap it back to Giobi. Giobi has to go back to Invertine, then back to Giobi. The 1-2 working well, but just over-possessing it a little bit there, the Magpies. He couldn't get the kick away there, Giobi. He was pushed out of bounds just on centre wing. Forward of both interchange benches. Invertine in the ruck, flying into his back there was Gunn. Roving it nicely, though, was Lee to Parker to Giobi. Is flat-footed, has to go back by hand towards Lee. Comes back inside to use his favourite right foot. Getting a push there was Quirk from Shepherd. And Quirk will take the free kick just forward of defensive side of centre wing. So Quirk, he goes long, looking for Rag. West takes the front position there, couldn't complete the mark, going through Gawley. Gives it don't argue, then drops the football, but Rag was there, couldn't get his kick away. Nice use of the body by McClarty. The ball comes out towards Andrews, gets a hand pass to Smith. Now Phillips, off one step, the big man goes long to centre wing. Connolly has 3 to beat. Falling over there was King, and taking a nice mark on his chest was Connolly. Quick to play on, inside forward 50, bouncing football there for Nelson. He likes to work in this space. He couldn't break the tackle though of McNamara. The ball spills free. It's Kearns. He goes short. Cutting it off there was Boyle. He couldn't get his hand pass away though. The ball was loose inside defensive 50. Collins is there. He goes for a short pass out towards Parker, who takes the mark on his chest on centre wing. It's the Wickers leading by 2 points.
High pressure, sorry Jared, high pressure game here at Home Park Reserve as the Magpies try to build across the wing. Coming up to meet it there was Giobi, drops the mark. Numbers are around the Magpies, but the Wickers are doing well. Manly gets a handball out, but intercepted by Papworth. It comes broadcast side of the ground now to Invertine. Hand pass to Lee. They're building across the wing, going towards half forward. Gawley's got to do well, and he does. Biscaya's on his own inside forward 50. Goes with a low pass, and Biscaya takes the mark over his head, 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. And this one would almost certainly hurt the Wickers fighting against the momentum.
They've kicked the ball inside forward 53 times, 3 marks.
Yeah, that was a great kick by Gawley too on his left foot spinning around. But I understand exactly what you're saying.
He had a chance to punch it away, Risley.
Well, he got the first ball in there, but he wasn't strong enough to follow it up with the second. So
Concerns early.
Very, very concerning.
So Karim Biscaya from 30 metres out to put a smile on his own face, kicks it in, and geez, he's made that one look a lot harder than it needed to be. He's missed everything and kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Geez, we were at the start of the game, 3 straight goals, and now they're getting points all over the place. So it's very interesting out there what pressure can do.
Yep,
we've
seen a lot here.
Yeah, a lot of kicks in play, just general kicks and general handballs, missed targets.
There's no tomorrow for one of these teams.
Smith brings it back in, kicks up towards the line. Morozov couldn't take the mark. Jellyman Turner with the tap down now. Gumez fights for it, gets a quick handball out. Morozov kicks it forward. Big clash of bodies on the wing. Running forward for the Wickers, though, is Kearns, wearing the number 4 today. Gets a quick handball out towards Manly. Manly has to duck under, gets copped high, but ducked his head. Gets a handball around towards Connolly, goes towards the goals.
That's twice he's done that now.
And a good intercepted mark there for Morrison in half back for the Magpies.
It's Sorozinski.
Sorozinski gets the kick away towards Biscaya. Just stops some weights in front of Nelson. He's got about 3 foot difference high on Nelson, but he kicks it out towards wide. But cutting it off there for the Wickers was Harold.
Well read by Harold.
50 metres out, gets a handball off to Smith, who launches from 50 out, goes towards goal, but kicks it to the left-hand side of the post. And Smith gets his first behind for the afternoon. So Berwick moved to 2-3-15, leading Narre Warren 2 straight 12. We've gone 13 and a half minutes of play.
So the kick in goes all the way towards centre wing, where Richardson's taking a nice mark there unopposed in front of Joyce. Rag's leading towards the pocket. That's the way he's going to go. But getting in front of Rag there was Gawley. He's had plenty of the football early, Gawley. He goes short. Collins is going to be the option there. He takes a nice mark on his chest. So just holding the play up a little bit here, Narre. Or Collins, dangerous? No. Well thought out there, actually. To find Kane Biscaya. He's looking to try and marshal his troops there, Kane. He goes long inside forward 50. Quirk wasn't quite ready for that pass. Out of position was Rag, and taking a nice mark for Berwick was Shepherd, who goes dangerously across the ground to Risley. Looking to outrun Biscaya. He clears defensive 50 now and goes up towards centre wing. Straight through the hands of Connolly. Meeting him there was King, but up with the task was Connolly, applying a strong tackle there. Wasn't rewarded. And the ball's going to be thrown up there on centre wing. Seems like the balloons are getting in the way of some spectators here on the balcony. I might have to throw somebody over the top. That will make some controversy. You're tuned in to Casey Radio 97.7 FM. The difference here is 3 points in favour of Berwick as Andrews gets another clearance to Harold in space. He decides to pass, but he could have shot. Nice punch away there by Morrison away from Johnson. The ball comes back to Kearns. Kearns around the body. Oh, that ball's gone higher than it has in distance, right across the face. Well, that's touched. Was it out of bounds on the full? No, out of bounds on the full. So that's 9 behinds and 2 on the full for Kearns in his last 2 outings here for Berwick. Been very disappointing. The kick in there by Shorozinski. Having to take it on his knees there is King. Picked up votes in the insurance advisor net player of the final series, King in his last game. He goes long to centre half back where he picks out Damien Collins, but beating him into the crunch there was that Ash Smith. Now he'll be kicking this from 55. Go and put your house on this one, Bailey. Get your Unibet account up and going. Ash Smith to go back and kick this one through and to extend the lead out to 9 points. Berwick currently lead at 2-3-15 to 2 straight. Ash Smith will be kicking from 55. He should get this one with the slight favour of the breeze towards his goal end. In he comes. Ash Smith now sets sail for goal. He gets... Oh, no, look at that. You would have just doubled your money, Bailey Shaw. Ash Smith has gone bang from 55. And Berwick have kicked their third. They go out to a 9-point lead. They go to 3-3-21, leading Narre Warren 2 straight 12. We have gone 9.5 minutes. Oh, the electronic scoreboard's got no power.
Yeah,
there is nothing. It's shooting blanks. So 3-3-21. Oh.
That was a very casual kick by Ash Smith, wasn't it? It was nice
easy as you like.
Very nicely intercepted. Read that play well. Had to get 15 metres to get to the ball, but did it, and then just went back casually. And
16-minute mark of the first quarter here on 97.7 FM.
So back in the middle, tapped down by the Wickers, and they're pressing forward again. Van Schilt gets the centre clearance, kicks up towards Kearns. Magpies around this football, gets loose, thrown out of the top there. Players can't get clean possession on the defensive 50 for the Magpies, but they're trying to get the clearance now. Kicking it out towards the boundary line, and that could almost be a deliberate kick, but we're going to see it thrown in 60 metres out from Berwick's goal.
Jihad, has Berwick settled better than Narre?
They have, obviously, their goal kicking, but they're still making indiscriminate passes and by hand as well, so both teams are still sort of finding their feet.
So thrown in, Inverteam with a tap down, but the Wickers pressing forward again. Kearns gets worked out from underneath it. Morozov overruns the football. Biscay stands and shrugs off 3 tackles and then kicks it out wide. They've got to fight for this ball here. If the Wickers can get hold of this,
Collins just wanted the ball more.
Yeah. Collins goes in and gets it, takes a bounce and runs across the wing, kicks it inside forward 50. Biscay's got to come up to meet it. Risley gets worked underneath it and the ball bounces over his head. Ends in Biscay's hands. Checks sides for goal. Lucky bounce needed, but we're going to see it trickle over the boundary line. Oh, that would have been an exciting goal. Karim Biscay kicks his first point of the afternoon, and Narre Warren moved to 2-1-13, trailing Berwick 3-3-21. We've gone 17.5 minutes of play.
And the car's broken into.
I was just noticing that the security guard up here in the balcony looks a lot like Ivan Drago. The ball's been kicked in there by Hillard up towards centre wing and taking it all. Did he mark it? It's been paid to Phillips there in front of Hunter. On the half-back flank here for Berwick, Phillips goes long. The option is going to be Gunn, gets out position there by Boyle, taking a nice mark. No, the free kick's been given away for a push. I thought you'd have to use your hands to push. It was only a bump, but Gunn takes the free kick from centre wing, goes long inside forward 50, over the top of Kearns. Loose football now to run back on there, but no one can quite get themselves into that contest. The ball goes out next to the left-hand side point post. Score check here at the 18-minute mark of the first quarter. Berwick 3-3-21, leading Narre 2-1-13. There's a big pack of players. Well, that's a short throw in. Manly taps it. Jacob Flannery gets a push. No free kick there. The ball spills to McClarty. McClarty around the body from 30 metres out has gone across the face and through for a behind. Berwick now have had 7 scoring shots to 3, but only lead by, 9 points.
Yeah, that's an awareness thing. McClarty picked up that ball and he had time to straighten up. He had a lot of space around him, but he decided to go around the body and kick a point, and that's the third time Berwick have gone for that miraculous goal.
So Morrison will kick it in here. He's gone to the opposite side to the balcony. He goes to a 2-on-1 contest, and just reading the play better on the outer side there was Hunter. He lost both of his opponents. So Hunter goes by hand to McNamara. He runs his full measure and kicks it up there, looking for Damien Collins. Drops the mark, but has time. Gets the hand pass there to the caveman, little Jacob Flannery. He goes short, and taking the mark there is Josh Tonner. In two minds, he decides to pass it out there back towards Damien Collins, who can square it up. Lee could be the option. No, he goes short in the pocket there to Biscaya.
There's a long lead. He's going to pass this one off.
Biscaya's just gone into the pocket, continuing to run there as Rag. Too much space inside forward 50 for the Magpies. They've only got 3 or 4 players you need to man up on them. Don't give them 2 metres. Don't give them an inch. This is preliminary final. There's no tomorrow, Michael Johnson, as you allowed Rag to just walk in and take the mark on his chest. You can bring the margin back to only 9 points. Into 3 points here, Rag from the pocket, who's kicked 20-odd goals this season. In comes Ben Rag. Oh, he's pushed it right. Don't know if that hit the goalpost. It doesn't matter. It's a behind. So they go to 2-2-14, trailing Berwick by 8 points. We have gone 20 minutes into this first quarter on 97.7 FM. Bailey Shaw on the boundary.
Yeah, both teams lacking a bit of polish in front of goal, KP. Maybe the preliminary final pressure is getting to them.
Quite possibly.
So
as Ash Smith just goes bang!
He's kicked that 95 metres from the goal square, and they're linking up beautifully through the middle here. KP's excited. He's got Jared up on his feet. Van Schilt kicks it forward, and Johnson's got a mark 40 metres out, directly in front. 3 kicks, bang, 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 and Berwick are going to have a shot on goal.
Putting a new thing in. Every time Trent says bang, it's $1, so that's 3. He's up to 12.
Jeez, I'll tell you what.
Now, that was a set play coming out of the back line.
It was.
Ash Smith from the back. Phillips went straight into the middle of the ground, straight up the middle. So, it's just that's what's going to happen every time. So
this is a big
kick.
kick.
Be aware for that. Yep.
Johnson, to hurt them on the scoreboard and put Berwick coast to coast, comes in from 45 metres out. Very slow and long approach as he comes in towards goal. Shots on now, looks good off the boot. The umpire's got a spray right, and that's where the ball follows. So Johnson unlucky there in front of goal. He kicks his first score of the afternoon as a behind. Berwick moved to 3-5-23, leading Narre 2-2-14. We've gone just over 21 and a half minutes of play in this first quarter on KC Radio 97.7 FM.
As Morrison brings it towards the outer side, plays onto himself and goes long. Giobi, third man into the pack, couldn't claim the mark. Does well, though, gets the hand pass to Hunter. Tries to go back towards King, couldn't reach his target there. Jellyman Turner was good. The quick kick to Manley, couldn't take the mark, but Manley's received a free kick there against Anderson, getting into his back. Hand passes a quick to Jellyman Turner, in no space, back to Manley. Off one step, the boy from Thomastown goes long inside forward. 50 Kearns was bumped out of the contest. There is a free kick for a push. Players went down behind the pack, and taking the free kick there for Narre is Morrison. So Ryan Morrison, a contender for this year's Golden Fist Award on KC Radio, goes long. Richardson just leans out the top of the pack and takes a great contested mark. If it wasn't Richardson's mark, why wasn't it Giobi's? I'm right next to the umpires. I've got to be careful what I say. Jump ball's been paid. The ball's going to be thrown up there on the half-back line. I thought that was a mark.
Yeah, it certainly was a Narre Warren mark.
So Manley taps it down. Off Harold's head to Jellyman Turner. Harold goes again, gets a free kick against Lee for a push. And Harold will take the free kick here. Smith is running past, but the hand pass is ignored. Harold goes to centre half forward. Out in front there is Kearns. That was a nice mark in front of Anderson.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it? If he can't kick this one, get those boots off him now.
Well, if he doesn't kick this one, you might be sending him to the half-back line.
You can play on Biscaya?
No. I wouldn't like to see Ben Kearns on Biscaya. But he could maybe play on the other bloke in the back pocket there. In comes Kearns. From 50 metres out, he needs to kick this. Ben Kearns. No.
Jeez, Reece Nisbet. Well, he wouldn't be tearing his hair out, but he wouldn't be happy, would he?
3-6-24, the Wickers. 10 points in front of Narre Warren, 2-2-14. And, that's now 10 scoring shots to 4. And they should be further in front than 10 points.
They're leaving the door open, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Morrison goes short. Taking the mark there was Anderson. He shoots the hand pass back to Morrison, who goes with a long penetrating kick out towards Hunter on centre wing. Flying across and taking a nice mark there was Richardson. He's grown in confidence this season, the 19-year-old. He goes short towards Hunter, who plays on the big man. Oh, not trusty when he kicks it, but goes out towards Gawley. Bouncing football now for Gawley to work in. Was he held on to by West? No free kick was there. Jellyman Turner does well. Goes to West, who breaks a tackle of Gawley. Back by hand to Smith. The kick around the body looking for Gumaz. Nice punch away there by Quirk. Jaden Joyce is there. Gets a bump from Giobi. In space now is Andrews. Does well. Runs away. Gets a kick out. Oh, Connolly wasn't watching it. And taking a nice mark there on the the defensive half-back line for the Magpies was King.
Kicks it up towards broadcast side as I've just popped the shoulder out from KP's tapping me in. Lee gets the ball on the boundary line but couldn't control it, and we'll see it thrown in right in front of the Casey broadcast position here on the balcony. Still quite positive signs in the conditions. Blue skies, as Jared mentioned, coming across the ground. We've gone 24 and a half minutes of play in this first quarter. Thrown in, Hunter in the back.
Bounced off his head.
Falcons all around Casey area today. Handball to Andrews.
The run against testing Narre.
Forward. Berwick with all the momentum. Gunn with the ball. Has a shot on goal from 40 metres out, and it's good. Tim Gunn gets his first for the afternoon, and you can hear the cheers from the Berwick camp. Tim Gunn gets his first. Berwick moved to 4-6-30 to Narre Warren 2-2-14. We've gone 25 and a half minutes of play of this first quarter on KC Radio 97.7 FM.
You know, it's funny about goal kicking, as you said in the AFL, everyone tries to kick around the corners, glove it along the ground. Berwick have been trying to do that, and they've kicked points and out of bounds, and their two running shots have been straight lines, beautifully, straight through the middle.
After 985 games of senior football, Jared, we would have seen a bit of evolution happen with goal kicking.
Oh, yeah, well, it's not what it used to be. I mean, we talked about it last Sunday, that it's cost-sized games in these final series so far, and Berwick at the moment, 4-6, they could have well and truly shut the gate, you'd think, if they had a kick straight and didn't smart, but they've left the door open for Narre to keep coming back, as they always do. 16
points the margin. Don't forget, you can text us through on 0429 466 373 for your tips and margin. We've got 4 for Narre and 3 for Berwick at the moment. Free kick goes to Gumaz. Gets the hand pass there to Brennan, but a beautiful smother off the boot there by Collins. The ball just bounces up nicely for Brennan. Gets the hand pass to Johnson. Johnson's pass was looking for Kearns. He didn't actually put his hands up there, Kearns. The ball looked like it was going out, but Luke Nelson has sharked it, and he just kicked an unbelievable goal from the pocket. The game had stopped. The ball was going out, but Luke Nelson, you classy little bugger, he's kicked a beautiful goal there from the pocket. And that goal really just came against the trend. 2 goals in a row.
Doesn't it?
5-6-36 go the Wickers. Out now to a 22-point lead against Narre. 26 and a half minutes gone in this first quarter. You're tuned into KC Radio 97.7 FM.
Yeah, so I said they shouldn't be kicking those things because they're not doing well. And then what happens there? He just pulls that beautifully.
Is Luke Nelson the best small forward in the competition? Has he surpassed Jake Smith from Pakenham in his performances during the finals? That's a question to ponder.
Bailey Shaw wouldn't be happy with that one. A lifelong fan of Jake Smith. This pack of players fly over the top of this football. Quirk, it's a quick handball out. The Magpies have got to build something here. They've only kicked 2 goals for the game so far. Johnson has it on centre wing. Rag tries to smother it, kicks up forward. Players fly. Ball falls down nicely for Tim Gunn, who gets a handball away. They're building now the Wickers for another shot on goal. Connolly kicks it, and he gets it up and under it, and it goes out of bounds 15 metres around from goal. And we're going to see a Narre Warren free kick.
Since the first 5 minutes of this quarter, they're doing all the attacking, aren't they, Berwick? Narre just can't.
They look tentative at the moment, Narre. They've lost confidence quickly.
They can't get their hands on the ball. No matter how much they try.
They need to slow the tempo down. You're right, Joe. They need to get their hands on the footy a bit.
All single goal kickers so far in this game. Berwick with 5 goals, no one with 2, and no multiple goal kickers. So Magpies clear defensive 50 now. It's not the best kick out there towards McNamara. Ball stays in. The Magpies are building across half back. Kick up towards the wing. Ash Smith is good. 3 attempts at the ball, and he takes the mark on wing. Goal gets knocked heavily, but gets his handball away towards Andrews. Andrews fires towards goal. Kearns at the back. Kearns with a mark 3 metres out from goal. Geez, I'll tell you what, if he misses this one, he'll be dropped if Berwick can get this win today, but he's got to be able to put this one through.
Hey, Trent, at least he gets his hand on the footy.
This is true.
Many of us struggle to do that. At least he's getting his hand on it.
Kearns runs around, opens up the angle, and he kicks his... No, he's going to be pulled back.
I've just noticed something here in the game as well. Well, there's going to be a short stoppage in play. Narre Warren, when they have the football in their hands, are being pushed wide. Yeah. When Berwick have it, they're bringing it back into the corridor and playing direct football. Narre obviously been concerned about Berwick's pace. They've been exposed early. But if you watch Narre try and clear it, they have to go really wide to the flanks. And that's not their game style.
It's Berwick just clogging up the middle of the ground. A bit Richmond style. Clog up the middle so you can't use it.
Or even like the Eagles did to the Hawks.
There we go. He's finally got one.
So Ben Kearns, after 11 straight behinds and 2 out of bounds on the full, gets his first goal of the afternoon. Berwick moved to 7-6-48 to Narre Warren. 6-6-42 to Narre Warren 2-2-14. we've gone 29 and a half minutes of play this first term, and it's just all Berwick so far.
Trent, let's just clarify something there, because Ben Kearns' scoring attempts include the final from last week in the semi-final. He hasn't had 7 behinds today.
No. He's kicked 10 behinds in his last 2 games.
What you were saying, KP, he's getting his hands on the ball, and that's the big thing you want.
Ball gets thrown up. Morrisov straight down to Andrews. They've got no answer at the moment, the Magpies. Andrews goes long inside forward 50. Nice defensive punch away there by McNamara. The ball doesn't go out. Oh, yes, it does now as Phillips just takes that ball over the boundary line. There is a shell-shocked crowd in front of us. Bailey on the boundary.
Yeah, that goal has to do wonders for Ben Kearns' confidence, you would think, KP. But no, this crowd's a bit stunned. I don't think there's many Berwick people down here at the moment.
I think I put too much weight on Kearns' shoulder. They're trying to clear it now through Quirk, who goes short to Lee. The mark wasn't paid. Lee gets ridden to the ground, but there goes the siren. And it's a decent old siren here at Home Park Reserve. That's good to hear. And in the first quarter of the senior preliminary final, it is Berwick with a 28-point lead, which I think is a pretty true reflection of the game. They lead 6-6-42 to Narre Warren.
From Chris Turner's address, he's asked for a lot more physical presence on the ground, a lot more talk, better organisation with the diamond set up on throw-ins, and a lot more run and carry from him as well too. Back to you, KP.
Well, the second quarter's underway with Andrews getting the clearance and bursting away inside forward 50 to find Manly. Kane Biscaya was actually moved off Tim Gunn there straight away. I think Gunn went to the bench, so keep your eye on that. But the ball's ended in the hands of Manly. Another clearance to Berwick. They're dominating the clearances here. You can talk about finesse, you can talk about speed, but if they're just winning the easy things in footy, it's going to put them further in front. They lead by 28 points. In comes Manly. Jared's man from 40 metres out. He set sail. The ball's coming back, but not enough, and through for one behind. Would have been the perfect start to the second quarter for the Wickers.
Gunn's still on the ground. Lee Boyle's gone to Gunn.
Yeah, there were just some interesting matchup changes inside defensive 50 for the Magpies. 29 points in favour of Berwick as Morrison goes long, looking for Sorosinski. Floating at the back there was Hunter. Socking off the ground was Lee. And then he's tripped Connolly, and Lee has been penalised for another undisciplined free kick. So just forward of the half-forward line, Connolly takes a free kick. He goes nearly straight back to Lee. Couldn't complete the mark. Anderson was there, does well. Gets a hand pass to Lee, who's slow, but he run down, but does get his kick away. And taking a nice mark there is Tonner, who spent a lot of the season with hamstring injuries. Tonner plays his best football in the finals. That wasn't the best kick, though. It fell short of Collins. Going through there is Brennan. He gets tackled about it. No free kick was paid. Hunter gets the ball taken off him, and so does McNamara. Well, there's 3 holding the footies that were missed there by the umpires. The ball comes out to Johnson, who goes short to Kearns. Inside the centre square of Home Park Reserve, Kearns puts it out there looking for Smith. Nice work there by Collins, but the 2-on-1 contest favours Berwick. The 1-2 working nicely for Harold. Smith's hand pass misses Harold. It goes to Shepherd. Shepherd goes with a smearing pass there towards Nelson, who takes the mark on his chest.
I actually think that contest was Smith and Carroll there. Smith actually...
Collins,
sorry. I'm back to it. Deliberately punched it down there, didn't go for the mark, and was quite happy to punch it down to his teammate.
Berwick have plenty of numbers around the contest at the moment. As Kearns leads, that's ignored. Probably a smart thing to do, the way his kicking has been the last couple of weeks there by Nelson. Trent was shocked that I called him the best small forward in the comp. We might have to get Bailey to confirm that or deny it. In he comes now, Luke Nelson. You can make the margin 35 points from the pocket. Luke Nelson, no wonder you're number one. He just slots that one home from the pocket. And that now makes it 6 unanswered goals for Berwick here in the preliminary final. They extend the margin out to 35 points. Nelson, the first multiple goal kicker of the afternoon with 2. And it's going to be a long way from here for Narre, you would think, at the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. I know I've gone early, but it's out to a 35-point lead in favour of Berwick.
Yeah, they've just done all the attacking in 5 minutes, haven't they? And Narre, again, can't get their hands on the ball.
So back in the middle now. Both teams miss it. Players fall down behind it. Collins and Andrews.
It's a free kick off the play here.
Collins is going to have the free kick.
Yeah, Collins and Andrews both tripped over each other. Andrews went back with a retaliation-style trip, and he got penalised.
So Collins with the handball out now, and the Magpies go forward for the first time in the quarter, and Biscaya comes up and meets it. He's dropped the mark, but the umpire's going to pay it, and Biscaya's going to have a shot on goal 35 metres out directly in front.
That was a mongrel punt off the boot by Boyle.
But it just shows forwards being in front. They're always going to drop those sorts of kicks, always going to drop.
4 one-on-one contests, Biscaya 4, Risley 0.
They currently trail by 35, 2-2-14, no Warren to Berwick, 7-7-49. He needs to put this one through for his charges as Biscaya comes in, very slow and deliberate approach.
He'll kick this.
You
He
almost
knows the
put this one
importance of it.
through the book, and he comes in and he's hit the
He
post.
actually just looked like he stabbed at it.
Karim Biscaya, you've let down the Casey Radio team and you've let down your team with that shot on goal, but he's kicked the point nonetheless. They move to 2-3-15, trailing Berwick 7-7-49, and here come the Wickers again.
So Shepherd gets the kick out towards the half-forward line. Connolly allows some space there for West. We had 2 Narre Warren players to beat and he couldn't do so. Good work there by McNamara. Got the hand pass to Sorozinski, the whippet. Looks like Bailey on the football field. Sorozinski gets the hand pass there to Giobi. Giobi from 55 metres out goes all the way to the goal square. Taking the mark there is Richardson. He plays on and just kicked that ball into the residential area here at Home Park. Oh, there's no cheering at all from the crowd in front of us. They're a little bit disappointed with the way the Magpies are playing, but Richardson kicks his first. Narry's third. They go to 3-3-21, trailing the Wickers by 22 points. Is that right? 28 points, sorry.
Points.
Yep, I've got the scoreboard wrong on my book. It is 28 points, the margin in favour of Berwick.
Well, it was well done by Richardson there. I think he's been the only shining light now, the consistent player they've got at the moment. He gets in a good position, took a nice mark and came around and kicked the goal. A sorely needed goal, as they say, for Narre.
No, not ready, Bryce. Oh, no, not me. Not me. Throwing his hands in the air like a little kitten trying to scratch the door there, Bryce, for our listeners back at home.
I wasn't ready.
So Richardson
You
with the
gathered
tap
that.
down, moved into the ruck. The Wickers are pressing forward through Gunn, gets a handball to Connolly, kicks it up towards Manley,
Oh,
who has
good
to stretch
hand.
out the arms, takes a good grab. The perfect response from Berwick if he could put this one through. Manley's going to line up from 35 metres out, almost directly in front.
He's had a lot of important touches, Manly, so far in a short time of game time. He's
He
done
has.
really well. Using his body well. That was a really
Could be a
good mark.
contender for the Insurance Advisor Net Player of the Final Series.
Could be.
So Manley comes in. He's going to put his Wickers, extend the lead now, comes in. It looks decent off the boot, but it's hit the post. So he's second behind for the afternoon. Berwick's 8th for the game. They move to 7-8-50, leading Narre in 3-3-21. As Morrison brings it back in on the outer side. Collins is the target. Couldn't quite make the contest, but gets the tap down now. Handball out to Lee. They're trying to build across half back. Handball over the top now to Sorozinski, the whippet. Kicks it inboard. Jeez, that was a very deliberate kick. Quirk gets the handball out and kicks towards Biscaya.
He's just too strong.
2 shots at the cherry and he takes the mark directly in front, 40 metres out. There's a lot of tapping behind us here. Clint Evans is putting on a show.
What was that?
It's
Was that Jungles?
Jungles is here.
Oh, gee.
Just made his announcement
Jungle's on the bench. Has been a
Needs
lifelong
to go
supporter
home
of
and have a
Casey
good
Radio.
look at himself.
on the bongos.
A lifelong supporter of Casey Radio is Jungles.
They're the Magpies.
As Karim Biscaya comes in from 45 metres out. After his last shot on goal, he needs to put this one through. Kicks through it a bit more, and he's put it through. Karim Biscaya for his second goal of the afternoon. Narre Warren moved to 4-3-27, trailing Berwick 7-8-50. We've gone 7.5 minutes of play in this second term at Casey Radio 97.7 FM.
Half-time in the Allen Bank District Football League Senior Preliminary Final. It's Coralin by 25 points over Nearham South, 6-11-47 to Nearham South, 3-6-24. So a 24-point lead to Coralin at Warrigal at the moment.
Very important for Narre to get the next goal. Back-to-back goals.
Well, they have got back-to-back goals, Jed, which I was about to say. They have. The last goals coming in the 5 and 7 minutes, so it's unanswered goals for Narre. Sorozinski gets the hand pass there to Richardson. He just pops it up there looking for Tonner, who was disinterested in going for the football, and that's Johnson to take the mark. Running pass was Shepherd. Gets the hand pass to Van Schilt. Couldn't break the tackle of Quirk, so had the hand pass it. Giobi's been quiet. Couldn't get his hands on the football there. Shepherd just gave the ball to Van Schilt. He leaves it behind. Going through Jackson Parker. Gets the hand pass to Damien Collins. It goes to his brother Michael. The kick around the body. Bouncing football here for Quirk, who can run onto it. Oh no, he just needed an extra inch. The ball bounces over his head. Jellyman Turner gets a hand pass to Smith. Smith goes short, looking for Matty Andrews, who spent some time in the solarium, but it's illegal. Running past there is Smith, receives the hand pass. He goes short to centre half forward. Bouncing football there for Manly. Collects it, gets the hand pass to Connolly. Back to Manly. The kick around the body. They need a mark. Kearns and King. Kearns falls over. Allows King to take the mark on his chest. He's played on. Harassed there by Nelson. Got his hand pass away to Anderson, who kicks it out to Kane Biscaya all by himself. Biscaya takes the mark, plays on, goes long from the half-back line to the half-forward line. Getting held onto there was Rag. No free kick was paid. Good work there by Jaden Joyce, showing some physicality close to the boundary line. The ball does go out, just forward of centre wing. At the 9-minute mark of the second quarter, Bailey Shaw on the boundary.
Yeah, well, the intensity in this game is really rising a little bit, and you can see it as Narre trying to be a little bit more physical around the contests and I think intimidate Berwick off the ball a little bit.
So the ball gets thrown in. Collins doing the ruck work there, taps it down to McNamara under pressure, kicks the ball forward. Biscaya's got 2 to beat. Just cannons in the back there of Joyce. Advantage paid now for Shepherd. In space, he brings it broadcast side of the ground. Shepherd kicks it out there, hoping to find Gunn. Jackson Parker needed to show some courage. Kearns hits the ball hard. He had 3 to beat and couldn't do so. Parker to King, who goes back to Josh Tonner, who doesn't look comfortable at senior football at the moment. Tonner, King's kick was smothered. Ricochets there to Kearns. Goes to Jellyman Turner. Takes the bounce. His hair just bristling in the breeze. Gets the hand pass there to Kearns. Kearns from 55 metres out goes into the pocket and finds Johnson. Well, just too easy there, Narre. They had the numbers at the contest, but once again, the crucial contests are going in favour of Berwick. Mitch Johnson's got some bandage around his eye.
He's got bandage everywhere, hasn't he?
On his knee, on his shoulder, and his head. He's keeping the tape man at Berwick busy. Mitch Johnson's kicked about to kick his first here from the pocket. They lead by 23 points. He can make it 29. Mitch Johnson, he'll be going from right to left. Oh no, it's gone right to right, right across the face. Anderson flies. He couldn't take the mark. Bounced off his chest and through for one behind. So Berwick go to 7-9-51. 24 points in front of Narre as Morrison looks to bring the ball back in.
So Morrison clears it on the outer side, going out towards Collins, gets worked underneath it, and the ball trickles towards the boundary line. Lee cops a heavy hit, straight back onto his feet though. Collecting the ball for the Magpies and running forward is the whipper in Sorosinski. He's taken 3 bounces, 4 bounces on the outer side. Could have made it 5, but Andrews was closing in. Kicks it up forward. And geez, an easy intercept there for the Wickers.
That was well played by Risley.
In Risley, he did really well.
Just look at their ball movement here, Berwick.
They're just able to link up nicely through the middle.
Watch out.
Oh, Brennan cops a heavy tackle and he's been awarded a free kick.
Against the high fend off there on Parker's head.
Argue.
So Parker's got the free kick in the middle of the ground. Goes with a short chip out wide, under pressure. Gumez overran the mark, and they just launch inside forward 50, but that is quite an average kick
there by
off the
Collins.
boot from Collins, and we're going to see an out-of-bounds free kick 5 metres around from Narre's goal.
Biscaya
Did you see Biscaya? Yeah.
Just a long stare at him, and I reckon Risley was happy about the kick though.
So Hillard brings the ball back into Gumez, who takes an easy mark on his chest in front of Giobi. It's had a quiet afternoon so far, Ben Giobi.
A lot of Narre's major playmakers have had a quiet day.
So Gumez goes with a long and high kick towards the outer side, and Richardson standing underneath it takes a great mark. Gumez had 2 to beat. Richardson kicks it back inside forward 50. Flying was Biscaya at the back, couldn't take the mark. They're flying around the ball now. Richardson gets the ball and he just kicks at the right-hand side of the post. It wasn't Richardson, it was Collins.
Damien.
Right, Ash Smith is about to
behind.
take this kicking, so I'll see if they do the same thing again where, no, he's gone short this time.
So the loose man in the pocket there in Risley. He goes back off one step and finds Hillard. 3 possessions still inside defensive 50. He's off his mark there. He should be called to play on. He will be now, Hillard. Not imposed there by Collins, who just goes sideways to Matty Andrews. Still inside defensive 50. Andrews has to go long looking for Garn. Out position there by Boyle. Close to the boundary line. Lee does well. Gets his kick away. Biscaya comes up. Oh, he's got a punch there by Andrews right in the beer belly. No free kick was paid. Loose football there for Johnson. He panicked. He just coughed it up there to Giobi. He breaks 2 tackles. Giobi, short little dicky hand pass to Quirk. Quirk from the pocket can't score a goal. He did get it kicked in, but it went through for a behind. So 4-5-29, the Magpies.
I wonder if Kareem's got his number too. He didn't like that, doesn't like getting manhandled like that.
No, he's now getting into Michael Johnson as the Berwick look to clear towards the outer side. 3 possessions, and Brennan has it in space on centre wing. Takes a second bounce. Kearns could be the option. He's breaking on King. Oh, Kearns slips over once again. King gets the punch in and then kicks it towards the boundary line. Will that be out of bounds on the full? No, bounces in the field of play. Manly does well, but couldn't get his possession away. I think that was Michael Collins out there on the outer side. Put his body in when it was required and just took the big man over the boundary line.
They certainly had the better of the quarter, Narre, but they just can't hurt him on the scoreboard, can they?
13-minute mark of the second quarter. Berwick 7-9-51, leading the Magpies 4-5-29. Another clearance there to Berwick, but it was inconclusive that they've coughed it up there through Van Schilt. The short pass by Richardson went straight to Harold, who plays on quickly. His dinky kick to the half-forward line gave Connolly no chance, as Biscaya's just used his head as a battering ram and picked up the free kick. So he goes by a short little hand pass. The lead goes to a 2-on-1 contest. Parker just flew with no real direction, allowed the ball to spill towards Gunn, who plays on from centre wing, goes long inside forward 50. But the only one at home there was Kane Biscaya.
Kane Biscaya's called to play on, kicks a broadcast side of the ground. Phillips comes in to punch it away. The ball spills out the back. West has got to run onto it, fighting against Quirk. And we're going to see it meet the boundary line and thrown in just forward of centre wing for the Magpies.
Yeah, I think young Gunn, he's playing for free kicks at the moment. He's going to start playing footy again like he did in the first quarter.
Bit of a lair.
Yeah, he just wants to try and get the easy free kick from the umpire, and it's just not working.
There's a bomb. Jared Healy calls Tim Gunn a lair.
Ooh, so thrown in now. Phillips gets the tap down now, and the Magpies are pressing forward. West gets slung off it. Johnson gets a handball out now towards Shepherd, and he kicks it towards the middle of the ground. Connolly has to sit and wait for the bounce. Gets a handball to Smith.
Too easy.
Up well through here.
Yeah,
Harold gets ridden into the ground from the back.
They're not making their tackle
gets his time
stick.
away. Shepherd gets a handball out now through the middle, and they press it forward. The Wickers kicks forward towards Kearns. Gets worked underneath it. Nelson gets worked out of it as well.
Best small forward, and Comp gets worked out of it too easy.
And taking a good mark there was Boyle. Gets a handball out, and they clear defensive 50 now. But taking a good mark on the outer side was Hillard. Kicks it back in towards Brennan, gets worked out of it. Hillard's got to go back and get it again. Gets his handball out towards McClarty. Clears it inside forward 50 now, looking for Kearns as well. But taking a good mark there on the defensive side of play there was Morrison.
No, it's King.
It's King, sorry. And he kicks it out towards the outer side. And taking a good mark there for the Magpies.
Quirk.
Was Quirk. Kicks up towards the wing. Rag couldn't get there in time. And Hillard takes the mark on the attacking side of centre wing.
They're still being pushed wide, aren't they, the Magpies?
But at the moment, the disposal from both sides in these last 5 minutes is like it was in the first quarter.
Hillard brings it in, kicks it in towards McClarty. He's taking the mark on the forward line. No, drops it at the crucial time.
Free kick.
And he's going to be given a free kick for holding the man.
Shouldn't have got that because he shouldn't have dropped the mark.
Tackle without it, but kicking it inside 450. Gunn flies. Gunn couldn't take his second chance at it. Kearns at the bottom of the pack. Tries to get hold of the ball. And there's players diving over the top of it from everywhere. Harold gets wrapped up, and we're going to see it thrown up 40 metres directly in front from Berwick's goal.
I actually noticed Kearns is getting a bit of a workover. Every time he goes near the ball, he's just getting bumped and pushed.
Flying high there was Connolly with a big punch, but only at home for the Magpies was Biscaya. Runs his full 15 metres and goes long towards centre wing. Patworth was there. Read the ball better than Phillips, take a nice mark on his chest. So he just goes short for Richardson. He couldn't complete the mark. Parker's there. Richardson holds on to it. Decides to ignore Parker and goes short towards Big Baz. Kareem Biscaya's taking the mark. Risley's just taken about 5 metres there, so you have to go back. This will still test Kareem Biscaya. You have to remember that Biscaya is actually, with his brother, in contention to win the $5,000 Herald Sun Super Boot. So from 55 out, I shouldn't test him. In the sunset.
Jake Richardson controlled that ball really well
did.
down there, held on to it, didn't give the handball off, and eventually summed up with the best option into the scale.
This is a huge kick in the context of this game. In comes Kareem Biscaya from
hard.
55 out. Biscaya's kicked his third goal of the afternoon. 3 in a row to Berwick, and all of a sudden Narre are back into this contest. They go to 5-5-35. Trailing by 16 points against Berwick. 3 goals to 1 in this second term. Biscaya has 3.
Well, one of Berwick's main playmakers, Matty Andrews, comes back in off the bench. He hasn't had, he wasn't on the ground, off the ground for long, but he hasn't had any influence in this quarter whatsoever. It just shows he gets them going in the engine room.
So Narre Warren building momentum now as we come in towards half-time. In the middle, Phillips has got to go up. No one gets a clear tap down. Andrews just crashes through the pack. So it was Harold, gets his kick away. Coming to meet Biscaya. He's tried a volley kick out of nothing. Kearns breaks 2 tackles. Steadies, has a shot on goal and puts it through. Well-wee. Biscaya, if you're going to have a kick off the ground like that, you'd want to connect to the ball, and Ben Kearns has punished you for it.
Oh, I'm putting that into almost footy legends, fellas. That is hilarious.
He's tried to kick that so hard that he's ended up falling over.
He's just kicked an air ball out of nothing, and Ben Kearns gets his second for the afternoon, and Berwick moved to 8-9-57, leading Narre Warren 5-5-35. We've got 19 minutes of play in this second term.
And he's actually got up Kane Biscaya gingerly, limping a little bit too. So now he's been sent right back into fullback.
You talk about moments in football.
Yes.
Well, Biscaya just had a shocker. Gawley taps it down but goes straight to Harold. I don't think Narre have won one centre clearance all afternoon. Harold's kick into space. Sorosinski can burn Gumaz. He's gone with the 1-2. No, Tonner wasn't ready. Then goes back to Sorosinski. Good work there by Gumaz. He's keeping the pressure up, making it hard there for the Magpies. They do clear it towards centre wing. Taking the mark on the outer side was Giobi. Inside forward, 50. Risley finally reads the ball better than Biscaya. Managed to get his fist away. Rag close to the boundary line. Decided to ignore Biscaya as he's picked out Richardson, who plays on, but we run down from behind by Hillard, but doesn't matter. Richardson got the kick in. That's his second for the quarter. Quick response there by the Magpies. They take the margin back to only 16 points. Jack Richardson is Narre Warren's best player this afternoon, and beautiful finishing work there. He just got his kick away within 1 inch of the diving Berwick defender there in Hillard. 6-5-41 the Magpies, trailing Berwick 8-9-57. Only 16 points with about 5 or so minutes left in the quarter. We've gone 20 minutes here in this second term. Bailey Shaw on the boundary.
Yeah, Narre Warren looking a little bit more comfortable in front of goal, but they need to win the centre clearances if they want to have any chance in really making a good comeback and getting back into this game.
I don't remember them getting a clean centre clearance.
No, after the last ruck contest, Phillips came up very ginger, so I'll see how he goes in this one.
Stomp on his ankle.
Yep.
That will test
like
it
a
out.
rhino.
Back in the middle now. Phillip flies early. No one gets it. Andrews takes it out of the ruck. Lucky not to be pinned. They're pressing forward now. Collins for the Magpies gets a handball out to his teammate there in Van Schild. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Van Schild. He's played for Berwick. It was Boyle. He kicks it out wide, running out towards Papworth. I haven't said the magic word, but we're going to see it thrown. I'm not saying it to clarify because that's another $1. So we're going to see it thrown.
Not in his game.
We're going to see it thrown in 65 metres out from Narre Warren's goal.
Well, Dim Sim, we must be getting hungry.
I've noticed all this quarter Lee's been running with
teams.
At least you didn't call a beaky player.
No, well, that's true. At least he's out on the ground, and we're going to see a free kick paid towards the Wickers. Ash Smith is going to be... No, it's Phillips going to free kick now.
It's against Hunter for holding the footy.
So kicks it in towards his teammate there in Johnson. He kicks it broadcast side. And have a look at the space here. He's got the ball now, and Berwick are looking forward. Gunn's going to come up immediately.
What a chase by Richardson.
Risley, he's just broken off the tackle, kicks it up towards Johnson. He's a bit far away from home, gets worked out of it there by Morrison. Numbers for the Wickers.
Oh, that's terrible.
Jeez, it wasn't the best work there by Johnson. Gumaz gets a handball to Andrews, kicks it out towards his teammate there in Brennan. Kicks it off the ground, couldn't take clean possession, trickles towards the boundary line, and that's where it's going to end up.
Well, if you think Dim Sim was having a bad 5 minutes, you wouldn't want to watch that if you're a Berwick supporter. That was pretty ordinary football.
It was, wasn't it? No one really knew how to get the ball, did they?
They didn't want the footy.
So thrown in now. We're going to see it reset now on the centre wing. The Magpies launch forward now through Gawley. Kicks it up towards the forward 50. Players fly. Andrews down the bottom of the pack. Gets his hand passed away. And Shepherd's going to build across half back. Takes 2 bounces, 3 bounces. Running through the middle, 4 bounces. Gets a quick handball out towards the outer side. They've got to kick it in forward now. Smith has run 60 metres to receive this kick. Collects it on the bounce. Rides the tackle of Morrison. Kicks it in towards the middle. Kearns gets worked out of it. Manley gets a punch away towards Kearns. Kearns,
double smother.
Gets smothered across the ball. Nelson applies a strong tackle. Crowder getting into it now as we're close towards Berwick's goal. Gunn picks it up. Kicks his handball out towards Connolly. Connolly launches towards goal. And we're going to see it
It was odd football there for that minute, wasn't it?
Nobody wanted it.
Taking over for a behind for Berwick. They moved to 8:10.58 to Narre. We're on 6:5.41. We've gone 23 minutes of play in this second term.
So Morrison goes long there looking for Collins. He got one over the shoulder there from Shepherd and plays on quickly from centre half back. Could he get sent? Someone was free. It was McNamara. He can take bounces and kick this one for Narre. In goes McNamara. Make it 9 points. That's what experience counts. Colin McNamara there. Quick transition football by the Magpies. And they have now kicked their 5th goal with the quarter. They go to 7-5-47. 11 points the margin in favour of the Wickers.
But the last 3 weeks we've watched them, their second quarter's been the one where they've either come back into the game or blown it apart. So this was to be expected, and as you said, Kano, don't write them off even if they're behind by 30 points. This is Narre 1 we're talking about.
Yep, you can't. You're a brave man. 11 points the margin. They've led by as much as 28 points, Berwick. It is 5 goals to 2 in this second term in favour of the Magpies. The ball gets thrown up. Hunter against Morozov. Morozov taps it down. Another clearance to Berwick. The ball's been slapped forward. Sorozinski was there under some pressure. Now he couldn't pick up the loose football. Going through Connolly. Gets upended. Gets the ball back to McClarty. The quick dinky kick around was dropped there by Hunter. It's a loose football now. Boyle goes in. Tries to ride the tackle. Gets his kick away. Bouncing football on the outer side there for Quirk. Morozov wanted the football more. The kick around the body. Reading it nicely there was King. He just got off Kearns there to take that mark. King. He's been given plenty of directions here, King, so he goes towards the outer side. The ball holds up. Gawley. No, it was actually Hunter reading the play nicely. Got the hand pass to Tonner. Over the top now towards Giobi. Just forward of centre wing. Or was that Parker? It's actually Jackson Parker who goes short on the outer side there where Damien Collins has taken the mark. Still going wide here, the Magpies. The kick inside forward, 50. Where's Pascoe? He's caught at the back. Couldn't even compete. Loose football there for Brennan. Shoots the hand pass over the top towards Jellyman Turner. Breaks one tackle. Finds Andrews by hand. Now he does. That was courageous by Andrews. He rode the bump and then got his kick away out towards Van Schild, who shoots the hand pass outside. Back inside defensive 50 to West. Who goes short. Oh, didn't reach his target there, Brennan. Watch out. You've got to try and run away from Rag. He couldn't do so. Hand pass to Collins in trouble. Sorry, to Johnson in trouble. Strong tackle there by McNamara. You can hear some life from the Magpies supporters below us. Johnson couldn't get that ball away. 7-5-47, the Magpies trailing Berwick 8-10-58. Oh, that should be deliberate.
Thrown up in the middle, Morozov.
It's not going to go out.
Player to compete. Thumps it towards the boundary line, and we're going to see it thrown in.
Just too far away from the boundary line to be delivered. But yeah, he had no intentions.
How can you be too far away if your only intention was just to punch the ball straight towards the boundary line?
Because that's the interpretation.
So Morozov, the only man who takes it out, kicks it back towards the boundary line.
That's he's deliberate. He's played deliberate on that one, but wouldn't play it on the second one. Well, that's repay.
That's an interesting call. If you're watching this on Red Onion, you might have to call us up and let us know what happened. Magpies kick it up towards Biscaya. KP's unhappy with the men in yellow. What else is new? They kick it, the ball's flying around in the defensive 50 for the Wickers. Players are flying over the top.
Ooh, very lucky not to be penalised for holding the footy. He played for it. Dragged it in.
We're going to see it thrown up 30 metres
Harold
out
on the
from
bottom
No
of the
Warren's
pack
goal.
there for Berwick.
Thrown up now. Ruckman competes. A bit different to the last couple of contests. That's got to be deliberate umpire.
Has to be.
He's paid it.
Has to be. That one was more deliberate than all three. Oh, keep your hands down, McClarty.
So taking the kick is Tono, and he hits up. Oh, geez, that's got to be a free kick.
The mark was paid.
Richardson. So Mark was paid.
McClarty's still carrying on here to the umpire. What was your intention, McClarty, if you're being honest? Don't go and charge the umpire. Your ball went 5 metres directly out of bounds. What a whinger.
Richardson's got the mark. There's plenty of life in this game. The prelim final. KP's up and
kicked it out of
about.
bounds, though.
KP's up and about. Jared's up and about. Richardson's got
kick.
the last kick as the siren goes
This
for
is a big
half-time.
Big kick. He's been best on ground
He'll
this quarter.
kick this through.
Richardson comes in from 25 metres out, and he looks good off
no,
the
he
boot.
hasn't.
He's
Yeah,
happy.
he's happy.
Oh, no, he's missed.
Oh.
It's gone the right-hand side. He couldn't believe it. He was happy. Everyone was happy. But he's kicked it behind. They go to 7-6-48, trailing Berwick 8-10-58. A 10-point margin at half-time here at Home Park Reserve of the preliminary final. Casey Radio 97.7 FM. The team's alive.
Yeah, it's been a great half of football, hasn't it? Now they've come right back into it and they're pumped now. They're big pumped up time. That's well spoken too.
Well, after Nelson kicked the first goal of the quarter, Berwick led by as much as 35 points. And as they go in now at half-time, it's only 10 points.
Yeah, it's going to be a big second half now, isn't it? Huge.
Well, indeed. Yeah, there's all on the line here. Only half to go for one of these two sides. Narre, you can actually hear Biscay if we turn the effects mic up. Just have some very choice motivational words there for his team as they come off at half-time. Bailey on the boundary.
Yeah, very, very entertaining first half of football, boys. I'm just getting a little bit worried that Narre is just starting to hit their straps and could really come out in this third quarter.
And you're being unbiased down there. I don't know why you'd be worried. You should be enjoying Narre getting themselves back into the game, Bailey.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not a Berwick fan at all.
8-10-58, Berwick lead Narre 7-6-48. We'll go through the goal kickers quickly. For Berwick, Kearns has 2, Nelson has 2, singles to Manley, Van Schilt, Smith, Gunn, and that's it. And for Narre, Biscaya has 2, Richardson has 2. Sorry, Biscaya has 3. Richardson has 2, McNamara 1, and also Matthew Lee. The umpires are coming off. They did a great job in that first half. High intensity stuff in the preliminary final.
Some around the ground scores in the AFL. The Dockers lead by 13 points, 28-minute mark of the